Hello and good morning from Kyoto. Hello and good morning from Kyoto. Thank you so much for joining MACHIYA Inns and Hotels for our first live of 2024. We are currently in Kyoto City and it is 8 a.m. where we are. We hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us and good morning. Hello, arigatou gozaimasu. While we wait for a couple other people to join, please comment in the comment section what country are you currently watching from. So right now, as we said, we are in Kyoto City, and we are in front of this kind of small local shrine. This is called the Takenobu Inari Shrine. Just give us 1 second, please. Okay, so we are currently in front of the sign. Hello. Someone's asking if we can take you to Gion today. Today we're not going to Gion. We're in a different area, but we will be sure to take you around Gion in the future. So this little shrine here, this is a Shinto shrine. We looked up the history behind the shrine. It was founded in 859, which is around the beginning of the Heian period. And there's even an 850-year-old tree on the shrine grounds, so it's very lovely. So we're gonna get started on our Kyoto live. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. You can see that people are watching from Argentina, Spain, the UK, Germany. Someone's watching from Okinawa, and over here. So that was the shrine where we started, and we are now walking through a local neighborhood heading towards one of our traditional Japanese houses. So thank you again to everyone who's joining us. Good morning, ohayo gozaimasu. We see someone from Australia, a couple people from Australia, Mexico, even Saudi Arabia, Italy. Great. Arigatou gozaimasu. So as we mentioned, for our live today, we're going to walk around the city a little bit. We'll be showing you one of our traditional Machiya holiday homes. And we'll be answering any questions that you have, if you have it about questions about Japan or about our traditional Machiya houses. So right now, we're headed to this little area over here. And this is called the Sanjo Shopping area. So this is the shopping arcade. So if you've been to Kyoto before, perhaps you know, but if you can see here, I'll zoom in a little bit more. And here, so it is a very, very long shopping arcade, kind of as far as the eye can see. You can see that people are getting ready to go to work, perhaps going to school. A lot of people are walking along this street now. It is completely covered, if you can see. The roof covering the Sanjo Shopping Arcade kind of stretches as far as the eye can see. So fun fact, this is the longest covered shopping arcade in Japan. It's not the longest arcade, but it is the longest covered. So right over here. And you can see we have neighborhood. This is a supermarket. There are also a lot of local shops. There are even shops that are over 100 years old. You'll find convenience stores over here. This is a family mart. There are bakeries, a lot of restaurants, great coffee shops, and things of that sort. So it is a very interesting place to visit. If you're here during your stay. That's like a coffee shop there that we recommend. Yep. Okay, so right now we are headed towards one of our traditional Japanese holiday homes. Right over here. So please feel free to write down any questions that you have in the comments. We'll try to pick them up as we do our live. So someone's asking, where is this? We are currently in Kyoto City at Sanjo Shopping Arcade. Right over here. We'll let this car pass. And someone's also asking what time do the shops usually open. So the shops along this arcade, we'll give you another look. the shops along this arcade usually open around 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So right now most of the shops are getting ready to open, but it is a very lively place to visit. So here we are, and right now we are walking down this road heading towards our traditional Japanese house. Right over here you can see that this is a little area, so while it was quite busy over here, you can kind of see everyone commuting to work, going to school. One turn into this little side street lined with traditional Japanese houses here on both sides. Right over here, this is where you're going to find our newest traditional Japanese house. Here we are. Hello. Thank you so much for everyone joining. So here we are. Right over here. So today we are going to be touring this particular Machiya house right here. I'll give you another look. Here we go. So this is our newest traditional Japanese house that we opened. Today is actually its first official opening day. So you can see we have the traditional noren, and we have the kawara roof tiles up here. We have like the sudare here. So we'll be touring the inside of this particular house today. So for all of our traditional Japanese homes, every guest will be provided with a unique PIN number to be able to open the house without any key. So here we go. Let's go inside. All right, so again, thank you so much for everyone who's joining. If you're just joining us, we are currently inside one of our traditional Japanese homes. The name of this house is Kiyu Machiya, and we'll be turning inside, and we'll also take another walk around the neighborhood a little bit later. But if you have any specific questions about the house, go ahead and leave it in the comment below. So we've just entered inside of this house. This particular house can accommodate up to 6 guests. And here you can see this is called a katoguchi, but this kind of like arched doorway is, you can find this entranceway in a lot of tea rooms, so traditional Japanese tea rooms. So let's slide open the door. And the first area is going to be this kind of small tatami area where you can go ahead and sit down and relax. And this also opens up into the main living room, dining room area right over here. And this is the view. So let's look back a little bit. So again, this is the arched doorway. You walk into this small tatami room and it opens up into a dining room. You see the kitchen over to the left. You've got a garden over there and a TV right over here. So you can stay with up to 6 guests. Let us know if you were to stay in this traditional Japanese house, who would you like to stay with? Yep. So we see a couple questions. Where is this located? As we mentioned, this is located in Kyoto City. So in terms of the accommodation fee, it's listed on our official website in Japanese yen. So if you can go ahead and take a look at that, it'll let you know how much it is per night. Right over here. So as we mentioned, so if we give you another sweep, you can see these are all these yukimi shoji doors all around, right over here. So we've got our modern kitchen over here. You can see we have the sink, IH stove cooker, and you have all of your appliances. And if we scoot back a little bit over here, so you can see this is kind of like a long, kind of narrow hallway. But if you would like, you can completely close it off. So these doors are movable, so you can slide all these doors open. And another fun fact, because these are yukimi shoji, this shoji part on the top, you can actually slide it down completely to also completely block off the door, and also just to give it another feel. So here you go. And thank you so much for your comments. We'll try to catch as many as we can, but and over here, and we're gonna move further towards the back. Here's a question. What do you think is behind door number 1? So we have the kitchen to the left and the dining room to the right. So what do you think is behind this particular door? Leave your guesses in the comments, and the answer is, this is the bathroom. So you have a first floor bathroom, which is complete with a sink over here. So you kind of have all of your amenities, and then you have the main bathroom in the back. So this particular bathroom, excuse me, is not made of hinoki wood, but it is actually made of a wood, a different kind of wood called, koyamaki, which is in English, it's called the Japanese umbrella pine, but it grows in Mount Koya. So if you've heard of Koya-san in Japan, it's in Wakayama Prefecture. It is a World Heritage Religious City. And so it's been used since ancient times because it's naturally waterproof and rot resistant. So it's very, it's been used for bridges, boats, and any area near water. So right over here, if we open this particular window, you'll see that you'll have a view of the garden. We'll give you a better look a little bit later, but you have a completely, you have a spacious bathroom completely enveloped in this inviting warm wood over here. Yep, so we'll give you a little turn around and over here. So we're going to continue on. So right over here, again, we have the kitchen, and then this is going to be the first floor toilet. So you have one toilet on the first floor, and then you will also have another one on the second floor. So we're going to open up this little door here, and it opens up to that first tatami room when we walked in. So a couple of interesting features over here. You can see the wall area for this particular room. You can see it kind of has a wicker design. So this is called ajiro. So this is a very traditional type of interior design. You'll find it on walls and ceilings. There are thin pieces, very, very thin pieces of wood that have been woven together. So that's called ajiro. Right over here. So we'll give you another look back. And let's go upstairs. So these are the set of stairs where we'll be climbing. So how is everyone doing? Well, thank you so much again for joining our Instagram live. We're currently doing a tour of our newest Kyoto MACHIYA house. This one is called Kiyu. We'll be touring the neighborhood area a little bit later, but right now we're just showing you the inside of the house. And this is going to be the main Western style bedroom. You can see that there are 2 beds. These are double size beds, so they can sleep up to 2 guests per bed. So up to 4 guests can stay in the specific area. You also have a couple of seating areas, a place to hang your clothing. It's quite spacious. If we give you a look above, you can see that they're very, very high ceilings. So when you're here, even if you're sleeping with 4 guests in this particular area, it'll feel like you have quite a lot of space. So here you go. So again, do you have any plans to visit Japan this year? Let us know. Are you going to visit with family, with friends? Maybe you're doing a solo trip. Please let us know if you have any plans to visit Japan in 2024. Okay, so now we have 2 more doors up here that lead to different areas. So this particular door, as we said, this is another toilet, complete with a bidet and a sink. So that's for your convenience when you're on the second floor. And then we'll open up this particular room, which you can probably guess is going to be a tatami room right over here. So this is going to be the second floor Japanese room. And you can see a lot of natural light will come in. There are blinds right over here. So you can close the blinds for when you sleep. And if you notice, like these tatamis, if you're kind of familiar with the average tatami that you'll find in Japanese houses, you'll notice that these are square as opposed to rectangle. Most tatami mats that you'll find are rectangular, kind of longer, but these are called the Ryukyu style of tatami. They originated from the Okinawa Islands. And another interesting fact is that they don't have any of the edgings on the right over here of the tatami. So that's another fun fact about these particular designs. So here in each of the rooms also, we just want to mention there is an air conditioning unit. We did have a question about how to keep the heating in the winter or even in the summer to cool down. There is an individual air conditioning unit in each room. During the winter, we also provide additional portable heaters and things of that sort. Right over here. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining. Arigatou gozaimasu. Right over here. And then here's another question that we have for you. This is quite a traditional design on this wallpaper. What does it remind you of? Right over here. Yeah, so this particular design, you'll find it's called ryusui. So right over here. It is actually representing flowing water, and it's an auspicious pattern in Japan. So this is the Tokonoma alcove area here. We do apologize. We didn't show you the garden. We see a comment that says, I want to see the garden. We will go back downstairs to show you the garden. Thank you for reminding us. Okay, so this is the second floor. We did see another comment about asking about long-term stays. Yes, we have many guests who stay for both short-term and long-term. So if you have any questions about that, you can go ahead and take a look at our official website, or you can contact our dedicated reservations team. There is an email address. You can go ahead and send us an inquiry there if you would like to stay in a machiya for longer than the average 3 days to a week, if you'd like to stay a little bit longer. So there you go. So we're gonna go back downstairs to the first floor to open up the sliding doors into the garden. Right over here. So if you've been a follower of our Instagram account, you'll probably know that we always mention tsuboniwa. So tsuboniwa are the small inner gardens that you will find in Machiya homes. So this is the tsuboniwa garden of this particular house right over here. So because it is winter, this tree doesn't have its leaves right now, but it's still very beautiful. Right over here, you have a little bit of moss. You got your garden, and this is the view that you can enjoy from either the bathroom or the dining room table. So when you're sitting down here, that is a view that you can enjoy. Thank you so much for your comment and reminding us. So that is the tour of this particular house. We'll give you another sweep through. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, if you have any specific questions, or if you'd like to know how to make a reservation at this particular house, go ahead and take a look at our official website, or you can send us a DM. We'll answer any questions that you have. As we mentioned, this particular house can accommodate up to 6 guests maximum. So there are 2 double-sized beds and also 2 futons available. And there is a dining room with 6 tables, and all the there are dishware and everything else, enough for 6 guests for you to use. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to now take a walk around the neighborhood here, and I'll go here. Okay, so we'll give you another look of the exterior. So this was the traditional Japanese house that we just toured around. As we mentioned, this is the name of the particular house, Kiyu, right over here. And someone is asking about the lights. We do apologize. We don't know which lights you're referring to. If you can send us another DM, perhaps we can answer that question for you a little bit later on. We do apologize. So Again, this is the matcha house that we just toured, and we're going to walk around the neighborhood just to let you know that the street down over here. This was the Sanjo Shopping Arcade, so the shopping arcade that we just came from, that we walked at the beginning of the tour. And now we're actually going to be walking through the street on the other side, right over here. So again, thank you so much for joining us. It is currently 8:20 in Kyoto City. We hope that you're doing well wherever you are. We just finished giving a tour of the traditional Japanese house. So the name of the house is MACHIYA Residence in Kyoto. Kiyu, so Kiyu. This is the street that the particular house is located on. We just wanted to point out, you'll see quite a lot of these small shrines in local residential areas in throughout Japan. Those are called ojizo-san, and they're actually guardians of children. So you'll find those in many different places, just kind of nestled in between houses and shops and things of that sort. So right now we're walking through this very narrow street to kind of take a shortcut. We'll actually be heading towards Nijo Castle because that is the area that we are currently in, this particular house. Kiyu, it is located near several subway stations, many different restaurants, local shops. You saw that we would just walk through Sanjo Shopping Arcade, which is one of the largest shopping arcades in Kyoto City. And now we're heading towards a couple of more historical spots that we'd like to join you. So that's where we're headed right now. We'll also answer a couple of questions that we had on our stories. Someone did ask, will we be opening more matcha properties in other prefectures? If you didn't know, MACHIYA Inns and Hotels, we are currently located in Kyoto, Kanazawa City, and Takayama City. So that's where we have all the traditional Japanese accommodations, but hopefully we'll be able to open to more prefectures in the future. Someone's asking why it's so quiet. I think it's because it is currently 8 a.m. in the morning. That may be why. But it is usually quite relaxing and peaceful in the morning. Right over here. Another reason might be that we're not located on the main street. So we are still in the residential area. But here we go. Okay, so the first area that we'd like to introduce you to is this traditional building here. This is a wooden building. Let's just cross right over here. So here you go. This isn't, perhaps you'll be able to read right over here. So this is called Nijojomae. So if we give a little better view of this property, so it is closed at the moment, but it should be open around 10 a.m. But this is actually a former mansion of a wealthy merchant. And so in addition to that, in addition to being a residential home, this was actually where a lot of feudal lords from other prefectures would stay at when they were visiting, when they're here to visit Nijo Castle. So this is where they would actually sleep at. They wouldn't sleep at Nijo Castle, but they would sleep here. So there's actually a lot of secret pathways and trapdoors and kind of hidden escape routes here, just for the safety of the guests. So you are able to enter that particular property. Reservations are required, but we do recommend visiting. It's quite like kind of like a ninja house, so it is quite interesting to visit. So here you go. So you see, we have another of the ojizo-san. So as we mentioned, that was a deity for children. That's where the guardian is. You'll see that there are quite a lot of local shops here. let's see. So this one, I believe this is kind of an arare. So it says it's a kyo arare shop. So they sell kind of crackers. So if you can kind of see it over here, they sell Japanese style crackers there and over here. Okay, so now we're kind of headed towards the main street. So I'll try to speak a little bit louder. Hopefully you can still hear us. So answer a couple of questions while we're heading towards Nijo Castle. Someone else did send a question as to how to make reservations. We do accept reservations on our official website, so MACHIYA Inns and Hotels. You can find the link in our profile. We'll be sure to link it, but here, sorry. So this is actually Shinsen and Garden right over here. Just to give you a little more information as to where we are. You can see right over here on the signs above. So we got your JR station just to the left of us. Nijojomae, that's where we just came from. And right now we're headed towards Nijo Castle. Here. Okay, so we'll answer a couple of the questions. If you have any more, please send them in, or please send them our way in the comments. We'll try to pick them up and answer them for you. We've had a couple questions about any local restaurants or suggestions around the matcha houses. So we actually do have a platform called MACHIYA Locals. And at the moment, on the specific platform, we have Kyoto kaiseki restaurants, so traditional Japanese course menu restaurant. So all of our recommendations are listed on the website. We also have with an easy way for you to make reservations for the particular kaiseki restaurants. So please go ahead and take a look at machiyalocals.com. It'll help you plan your stay while in Japan. At the moment, we only have Kyoto restaurants, but in the future, we plan on adding more local recommendations in other cities and also experiences and things of that sort. So we hope you'll take a look. Now, here we are. It is a very beautiful day in Kyoto today. If you can see, we're now on the main road, and right in front of us, we have quite a lot of cars. But if you can kind of see right in the corner over here, that is going to be Nijo Castle. So we are currently headed towards Nijo Castle and over here, so we will cross the street. Yep. Oh, someone is asking, how cold is it right now where you are? So right now, when we started the live, we did take a look, and it did say that it is currently 2 to 3 degrees. Right over here. Let us know, have you ever been to Nijo Castle? It is a World Heritage Site, and that is where we're heading at the moment. You can see right over here, this is Nijojomae Station, so that is a subway station. So if you're kind of with us since the beginning of the live, you'll know that it took us maybe about 6-minute walk to walk from the house to this station, or to the station. So we are located in a very convenient area. So we have all your shopping, your supermarkets, convenience stores, in addition to the subway stations. Nijo Station, which is the JR station. You can use your JR pass. That's also within walking distance. So yeah, so here. Yes, it is still very cold today. Well, for us, it is a little bit cold, but perhaps for any one of you who live in a colder country, perhaps it's not as cold. We got a little bird that just landed there. So here you are. So we're currently walking right outside of Nijo Castle. There is a moat that kind of surrounds the entire castle here. We'll provide you with a couple little fun facts about Nijo Castle. So this was a castle that was built for a shogun leader named Tokugawa Ieyasu. So you might know that name. He's a very well-known military leader. He's been credited to have unified Japan, leading to over 250 years of peace in Japan, for unified Japan. And the current castle that we see here, it was actually built in 1603. So you can see here a little peek of the white right over here. And it actually took 23 years to complete building this castle right over here. So have any of you ever been to Nijo Castle? Let us know in the comments. Here. Yep. So right here we're kind of at the corner. This is a watchtower. It's built as kind of a lookout. There are 4, one on each corner. 2 of them were unfortunately destroyed in a fire, but this one in particular, so we're at the southeast watchtower, but this one did survive, and it is still the original watchtower. So if you can see, we'll zoom in a little bit. So you can see right here, you've got like the intricate details on the roof right over here. The walls are white. Yeah, so this is Nijo Castle. So as I mentioned, this is just a 6-7 minute walk from the MACHIYA house that we gave you a tour of just before. So if you do decide to stay with us in this particular MACHIYA house, so Kiyu, K-I-Y-U, Kiyu MACHIYA, you'll have a lot of great places to walk to in the morning. If you are a runner and you'd like to get in your exercise during your stay, there are a lot of locals who run around Nijo Castle in the evenings and also in the mornings. You can see there are quite a lot of people, so they're probably going off to commute. They're on their way to work or to school. So right over here. Yeah, so you can see Kyoto City. It's a very, very beautiful morning. Blue skies, which is the perfect backdrop to this Nijo Castle over here. Yeah. So it's a very large ground. We recommend visiting Nijo. It is a great place to spend a couple hours in your day. Yeah, okay. So we think that's going to be the end of this live. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. It was the first live of 2024. We hope to do more in the future. Again, if you'd like to find out more information regarding the MACHIYA house that we toured, please take a look at the links in our profile, or you can search for MACHIYA Inns and Hotels. We do have all the links in our profile, but you can also search for MACHIYA Inns and Hotels. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We did try